It all comes down to this.
X-Play's Best of 2009 awards start right now.
Only one can be crowned 2009's Game of the Year. Assassin's Creed 2, Borderlands, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Infamous, and Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Who will come out victorious? Plus the awards for Best Multiplayer, RPG, Action Adventure, Shooter, and more. There's no red carpet here, just the good stuff you care about. It's all about the games on X-Play's Best of 2009 Awards Special.
Hello and welcome to X-Play's Best of 2009 Awards Special. That's why we're all dressed up purdy. I'm Morgan Webb.
And I'm Adam Sessler. Now today we're going to recognize the year's best games, give out some awards, and then everyone will complain about who wins.
Yep. Since there are 19 categories, we decided to call in some help.
Blair Herder and Abby Happy are standing by in the X-Play isolation booth.
We don't actually have an isolation booth.
Don't tell Blair.
Okay.
I know we don't actually have any lines in the prompter, but I just want to say Abby Happy looks absolutely lovely today. So I love the dress right now.
She does look beautiful.
Yes.
All right, all of today's nominees and winners were decided by the fine editorial team from X-Play and G4TV.com, as well as two drunk hobos on Night Train.
It was a very uneventful process that included ballots and lists.
Yes.
And from there, we made more lists.
I love lists. And from those lists, we decided the winners. Hey, it beats the hell out of using the Electoral College.
Yeah, let's get things rolling and get to our first award.
Yes.
Here are the nominees for Best Original Game.
Borderlands.
It's a beautiful day.
This refreshingly fun co-op romp through the brutal world of Pandora revisits a rare genre, role-playing shooter. Brutal Legend.
Hello.
This amp-blowing adventure game cranked the comedy to 11 and features great voice work from a star-studded cast.
God, she's awesome.
Flower. A downloadable PSN title that manages to relax and innovate at the same time. There's truly nothing else like it. Scribblenauts. Perhaps the strangest new DS game, this genre-defying game challenges players to create unlikely scenarios through the power of language. Shadow Complex.
Nice.
This side-scrolling throwback may not sound innovative, but spend some time and you'll see how refreshingly old school this action game is. And the winner is Borderlands. This game was one of the year's biggest surprises and put a whole new spin on some classic game mechanics.
And if all MMOs let me shoot midgets in the face, I would actually play one online.
You could call them dwarves, and then they would actually be an MMO.
Well, I'm not going to play an MMO.
Okay, fine. Here to accept the award for Best Original Game is the crew from Gearbox.
All right.
And
Thank you for the award. Thank you, X-Play.
That was fantastic.
Yes, that was quite awesome.
All right, every developer is looking for the next big idea. As we all know, not all new ideas are good ones.
Like the ones that involve skateboards, or feature Tony Hawk,
Right.
or called Ride.
Yeah. All right, when we see a groundbreaking idea that changes the way we play games, we like to reward it.
Here's a short list for Best Gameplay Innovation. Borderlands Gun Tech.
One more step and it'll be your last.
In a game with literally millions of guns, you have to find a way to make those guns appealing. Unique appearances, effects, and stats made picking up a new gun in Borderlands like a little slice of Christmas morning every time.
You woke the wrong dog.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2's Death Perks. A smart method of rebalancing perks that could be overpowered if used regularly. The Death Perk system finally made martyrdom less infuriating. Demon Souls multiplayer. The unique invasion assistance concept in Demon Souls was unexpected and added tons of tension and atmosphere to the game. One of the most inventive uses of online play in years. Red Faction Guerrilla's improved geomodding. Systematic destruction is one of our favorite things, and this is some of the best you could find in 2009. Being able to take a building apart piece by piece never gets old, even on Mars. Scribblenauts word entry system. A gigantic vocabulary that lets you solve puzzles with anything you can imagine as long as it's not copyrighted. If we hadn't played it for ourselves, we wouldn't have believed it. And the winner is Demon Souls Multiplayer. This game is literally bursting with creative ways to interact with other gamers.
You can leave messages anywhere in a level, watch how other players died, or invade someone else's game and try to kill them.
Basically, you never know what to expect. And now here to present our next category are Blair Herter and Abby Happy.
Well, thank you, Adam and Morgan. We appreciate it. Now, single-player campaigns are fine and dandy, but when it comes to fun with people on your friends list or anonymous bigots, Xbox Live, multiplayer is where the action is.
Here are the best multiplayer titles.
Borderlands. Boatloads of loot make this cooperative shooter a must-play for you and your closest frenemies. Left 4 Dead 2. Somehow they managed to make the multiplayer even better thanks to the addition of fun extras like getting to play as an infected. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. The online game of choice for players worldwide, this may be the pinnacle of modern era shooters. Halo 3 ODST. Gamers everywhere rejoice. ODST gave us the gift that keeps on giving. New Halo maps. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. In addition to an astonishing single-player adventure, Nathan Drake's return also brought excellent co-op and deathmatch possibilities.
And the winner is Modern Warfare 2. OMG, no freaking way. I am so shocked right now. Come on, seriously, it was so badass.
I know. I want to tell them that I hate glitchers and I report you all to Microsoft abuse.
Whoa, Happy just burned you hard. Let's go back over to Adam.
Now, while no sports game will ever recreate the thrill of shooting yourself in the leg at a club, there are a few out there that come close. Here are the nominees for Best Sports Game.
FIFA Soccer 10.
Off the post and back into play.
Refined dribbling and enhanced manager mode, and the deepest soccer experience to date has all the hooligans going even crazier.
It's a goal!
Fight Night Round 4.
It's the greatest 9 minutes in sports.
Step in the ring with the likes of Iron Mike Tyson and the great Muhammad Ali as you punch, sweat, and fight your way to the top with EA's revamped fighting system.
There it is!
MLB 09 The Show.
Swing and a line drive to left.
Slug it out on this PlayStation exclusive with detailed animations, crisp visuals, and home runs aplenty.
This one is gonna be long gone.
Chicks dig the long ball. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 10.
That drops.
Tiger's got 99 problems, but this game ain't one. Wii Sports Resort.
Nice one.
Take a fun and popular game, quadruple the events, and add accuracy with Wii Motion Plus.
And the winner is Fight Night Round 4. We don't have an award for Sweat Tech, but if we did, Fight Night would take that too.
It's got an incredibly deep career mode, and the gameplay is great if you're not one of those babies who begged for the button patch.
And I could finally find out what would happen in Cessna versus Tyson. It didn't surprise me.
Or these days, games have a shelf life way beyond the time when you get to the ending.
With DLC, there's a second life, and we have less money in our wallets.
Here are the nominees for the best in downloadable content.
Burnout Paradise Big Surf Island. This add-on provides 9 new vehicles, 45 new billboards, 75 new smashes, 15 new mega jumps, and of course, a ton of fun. Fallout 3 Broken Steel.
Let's get moving.
Besides raising the level cap to 30, this dynamic expansion alters the ending of the original game. Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert.
Alaska's liberation is imminent.
Fallout 3 Point Lookout.
Would it have killed you to wipe your feet?
Opening up a huge new area full of hillbillies and creepy swamps, this may just be the most fun add-on yet.
I am here to provide.
GTA 4 The Ballad of Gay Tony.
Come on, let's play as we go.
Nightlife has never been as glamorous or ridiculously dangerous as it is in this over-the-top expansion to the Grand Theft Auto universe. GTA 4 The Lost and Damned. No! Striking a decidedly gritty tone, this biker-based morality tale is so good it could very well be its own standalone game. And the winner is Fallout 3 Broken Steel. Fans complained about the level cap and the game's ending, but Bethesda responded by fixing everything.
Who doesn't love more mayhem with Liberty Prime? Giant propaganda spewing robots for the win!
Now, beyond getting additional content via the internet, we all enjoy downloading entire games this way.
Entire games. You don't have to leave the house, and that is very, very appealing. Here are the nominees for the best downloadable game.
1 versus 100. A bold, interactive experiment, the world's first large-scale online game show is a ton of fun to play.
We'll be back shortly with a new round.
Battlefield 1943. Set in the Pacific theater of World War II, this shooter raises the bar for presentation in a downloadable game. Flower. Control a flower petal through a beautiful landscape. Somehow this gem manages to challenge and relax at the same time. Shadow Complex. This old-school 2.5-dimensional shooter packs a ton of engaging, action-heavy gameplay into a petite downloadable package. Explosion Man. Who doesn't love watching someone blow up? This quirky platformer offered gamers some serious bang for their buck.
And the winner is Shadow Complex. It's a fantastic 21st century take on Metroidvania, and it's kind of surprising no one's done this before.
It proves there is still a market for 2D games. Hopefully we'll get a sequel or more titles like this.
And here to accept the award for Best Downloadable Game is Chair Entertainment's Donald Mustard.
So on behalf of Chair, we would just like to thank everyone at G4 and all the people who played Shadow Complex. We're so thrilled that you guys decided to give us this awesome award. We're just huge fans of G4. We're just so thankful for the opportunity we had to make this game, and we loved making Shadow Complex. And we're just so happy that there's people out there that enjoyed playing it as much as we loved making it. So thank you so, so much.
All right, after the break, we're going to reveal the winners for Best Role-Playing Game, Best New Character, and many more. And of course, it is all leading up to the big one, Game of the Year. Morgan did not put that dress on for nothing. We're going to make you stick around to the end of the show for that one. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to X-Play's Best of 2009 special. Music games, puzzle, RPGs, platformers, they're all fun to play.
Yeah, but none of them provide the same feeling you get when you bust a cap in some fool's dome. See how gangster I am?
Wow, really, it's music to our ears. Here are the nominees for Best Shooter.
Borderlands. Barren wastelands of an alien landscape have never seemed so appealing. Playing through this shooter with friends is a true thrill ride. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Call in the tactical nuke. This game's been spinning non-stop since it came out last month. Care package on the way. Halo 3 ODST.
You're gonna carry me all the way, sweetheart?
Killing Covenant scumbags never gets old. If anything, the experience has only gotten sweeter thanks to the addition of new cooperative mode, Firefight. Killzone 2. Taking the fight to the enemy's home planet, this is the rare sequel that's light years ahead of the original. Left 4 Dead 2. Sure, the game has more melee weapons, but at heart, this follow-up is still about satisfying gamers' itchy trigger fingers.
The winner is Modern Warfare 2. That makes it 2 wins for Infinity Ward's blockbuster hit.
There's a reason why every fall game jumped ship for 2010 to avoid this one. The game works, and Infinity Ward had the first-person experience down to a fine science.
At this rate, Modern Warfare 3 will be the biggest event in the history of the world.
I love hyperbole! Let's send it back to Blair and Abby.
Okay.
Your voice was all over this room just now, Adam. All over. Our next category is a favorite to those who hate themselves and want to be other people. RPGs.
Even if you sort of hate yourself, you can't go wrong with any of these titles.
Demon Souls. Satisfying dungeon crawling, old school challenge, and a multiplayer system like no other combined to deliver the most unique role-playing experience around. Dragon Age Origins.
Can we not do this in front of my brother?
BioWare's long-awaited follow-up to Baldur's Gate dazzled us with an expansive dark fantasy world to explore and tough moral decisions steeped in shades of gray.
These monsters are everywhere.
Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Mario graciously shares the spotlight with his arch-nemesis in this inventive entry in the ever-charming series. Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor. Handheld tactical RPGing at its best, and being set in the apocalyptic Megaton universe makes it all so much better. Torchlight. Addicting, beautiful, and affordable. Desirable in a date, desirable in a dungeon crawler.
And the winner is, big surprise here, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Now, the Mario and Luigi series delivers the goods once again.
And it's a handheld game, which means it's great for trips or long bouts of IBS.
Or that, Abby.
Huh.
More RPGs need to allow players to put skill points in your mustache, I think. That's just me. Right?
Let's send it over to Morgan.
Good call.
All right, Mario is a video game icon that almost anybody recognizes, even lame-ass people who spend their days watching reality shows. Our next category features 5 characters that all hope to become just as famous. Here are the nominees for Best New Character.
Ezio Auditore da Firenze in Assassin's Creed 2.
Ezio Auditore da Firenze.
Playboy turned lethal instrument of vengeance with superhuman grip strength? What's not to love? Bonus points, shark dresser.
Oh, hey, Ezio!
Chloe Fraser in Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
Hello.
The bad girl from Nate's past makes an excellent counterpoint to squeaky clean Elena.
Seems like I am always saving your ass.
Claptrap in Borderlands.
Welcome to Firestone.
The adorably overenthused robots of planet Pandora are welcome on any dance floor.
Farewell, traveler.
Eddie Riggs in Brutal Legend.
I can fix anything.
Eddie reminds us that if we got sucked into a crazy fantasy world, most of us probably wouldn't want to go home.
Knew it. Big ugly demon.
Cole McGrath in Infamous.
Follow my lead.
An everyman in extraordinary situations, Cole contends with electrical superpowers and a lackluster social support network.
I don't get you sometimes.
And the winner is Eddie Riggs from Brutal Legend. Having some solid voice work by Jack Black definitely helps.
But it wasn't a zany over-the-top performance or just some riff on Tenacious D antics. Eddie is a full-fledged, realized character.
Yes, very well written as well. Here to accept the award for Best New Character is the man who created Eddie Riggs.
Double Fine's Tim Schafer.
On behalf of Eddie Riggs, I'm pleased to accept this award for Best New Character. I'd like to say thank you to Jack Black and dedicate this award to all the roadies in the world. This one goes out to the road crew.
What was in the corner there? All right, up next, Pretty Pictures.
You're going to have your fancy night vision goggles and online multiplayer, but doesn't mean jack unless there's some interesting scenery to look at.
All right, in our next category, we recognize some titles that are eye porn. Here are the 5 games on our short list for art direction.
The Beatles Rock Band. From the classic Ed Sullivan set to the psychedelic Mind Trips, every carefully choreographed moment of the Fab Four's career is a joy to behold. Borderlands. A unique concept art style and memorable character designs help this addicting loot fest stand out from the other shooters on the block. Assassin's Creed 2. Renaissance Italy is lovingly recreated in every detail, from each city's unique architecture to the clothes on the backs of passerbys. You can almost smell the canals of Venice, almost, but thankfully, not quite. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
Loving it so far.
Myriad environments and stunning set pieces pop with life and believability in this gorgeous globetrotter. Best turn right ever. Brutal Legend.
You'll never French kiss again.
Every metalhead's dream comes to life. The heavy metal album covers that mesmerized us in our youth are wonderfully recaptured using strategic placement of skulls, spikes, and the intangible power of rock.
And the winner is Brutal Legend. 2 in a row. Tim Schafer and his team made it their goal to design the game so that any shot could look like a heavy metal album cover.
It worked. I'm pretty sure it has the most amount of bones ever compiled in a video game ever.
Here to accept the award for art direction is the guy responsible for all those bones. Double Fines, Lee Petty.
Hey X-Play, thanks for the Best Art Direction Award for Brutal Legend. This is Lee Petty, Art Director of Double Fine Productions. And I wanted to say that the art direction award really goes to a lot of people on the team, not only artists, but programmers, designers, and Tim Schafer.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what are you doing here? You can help with the...
I just wanted to get in a shot in case I don't win for best writing.
They have a writing award?
Oh, of course. What kind of show do you think this is?
All right, coming up on our program, I called it that because we're wearing suits. I'm an idiot. We're going to reveal our picks for best animation and best writing. Believe it or not, people actually write video games. There's scripts and everything. Seriously. And for all you audiophiles, we're going to reveal our choices for best soundtrack and best sound design. X-Play's Best of 2009 special returns right after this.
Welcome back to X-Play's Best of 2009 Awards Special.
Our next category features some games that are very animated.
Yes, because it's Best Animation. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Here are the 5 games that made our short list.
Assassin's Creed 2. The grace and fluidity of Italian Renaissance parkour is captured perfectly in Ezio's climbing and combat. Ratchet & Clank Future, A Crack in Time. Insomniac's characters pop off the screen with animation worthy of the best theatrical CG films around today. By the way, Sony, I would totally watch a Ratchet & Clank movie.
Not so smart now, are you?
Fight Night Round 4.
Oh, and there you go.
Sweet science comes to life as never before thanks to top-notch animation coupled with some of the best collision physics ever seen in a game.
To the head.
Uncharted 2, Among Thieves.
Let's do this.
From Nate's agile movements to exploding train cars, Naughty Dog made it all look larger than life and believable at the same time.
That's good thinking.
Street Fighter 4. They said it couldn't be done, but for the first time ever, a 3D fighting sequel has all the personality and character of its 2D predecessors.
And the winner is Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Really, all you have to do is look at a few seconds of this video to get why this game won.
Now, the faces are expressive, the motion capture was done very well, plus it elegantly sidesteps the uncanny valley.
But now an area that's been trouble for games since the beginning, the writing.
In the past, if you were looking for a good story, all you had to do is turn off your game and read a book.
After countless years of bad lines and nonsensical plots, things are finally very tolerable.
Yep.
Here's our nominees. Assassin's Creed 2.
What are you doing here at this hour?
Ezio's life story is told with wit and sweeping scope, with a healthy dose of intrigue that captures the Medici period as well as any History Channel documentary.
They're here for me, not you.
Batman Arkham Asylum.
It's about time for a little payback.
If you're a fan of the old Batman animated series, this is like a joyful trip to the idyllic past, in an insane asylum. If you're not a fan of the old Batman animated series, I hate you.
I think he's talking about you, Bats.
Brutal Legend.
Okay, let's settle up.
Tim Schafer games always deliver in the dialogue department, and this is no exception.
For the glory of its metal!
Grand Theft Auto 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony.
Do something stupid, okay?
A more action-packed story and more likable characters made this arguably the best of the 3 GTA 4 tales.
I'll see you soon, Finn.
Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
Do you have a plan to go along with that grenade?
Mixing humor with believable characters, Naughty Dog has proven Nathan Drake has what it takes to be this generation's Indiana Jones.
That's amazing.
And the winner is Uncharted 2, its second award in a row.
The game is full of great twists and turns, constantly drawing you into the story. But here's the best part. The witty dialogue is actually witty.
Yeah, you'll actually laugh, and you will actually care about the characters. It's crazy.
Let's send it over to Blair and Abby for our next category.
I do care about the characters.
Me too.
I agree with you. All right, now our next group of games are all noteworthy for one reason. They make, oh sweet, sweet love to your ears all night long.
There are nominees for Best Original Soundtrack.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Flower.
Halo 3 ODST.
And Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
And the winner is Flower.
Yay! It's about plants. Now those other games may have huge orchestras and thumping bass driving the music, but Flower is simple and perfect.
All you have to do is guide the wind with your DualShock 3 motion control done right.
Yes, it is. Next up, another group of games that please the ears. This time around, they create an interesting, believable world through the use of sound design.
Here's our short list.
The Beatles Rock Band.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Killzone 2.
Left 4 Dead 2.
And once again, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
And the winner is Modern Warfare 2.
Wow. This is actually its third award so far. Now, sound plays such a big part in this game, knowing where the enemies are, disorienting players during explosions, and making each weapon sound unique. It all works perfectly.
It does. Yeah. All right, let's send it back to Adam and Morgan.
We've been saying this is our biggest show of the year, but believe it or not, there's an even bigger show on the way. One could say the biggest X-Play episode in our history.
X-Play's 1000th episode. I cannot believe I'm saying those words. Do you feel old? No, I feel old.
I feel good.
No, I feel old.
No, I feel good. Just don't be depressed. We're going to look back at some of our favorite moments. We're even going to have some surprise celebrity guests drop by. I mean, those celebrities are still to be determined, of course.
Of course.
But there could be some.
Yes, there could. Well, it's going to be something, that is for sure.
It's going to be something.
Plus, we're going to let the fans vote on the top 10 favorite episodes ever, and then we're going to show them to you in an amazing X-Play marathon.
It will be pretty amazing. We're going to celebrate hitting the big 1,000 with a 1-hour special on February 1st, of course only on G4.
I so hope the cast of Falcon Crest shows up. I love that show. As of right now, Uncharted 2 has 2 wins and Modern Warfare 2 has 3. Will one of these titles take home Game of the Year? Find out later on. Also on the way, some of the biggest categories, including Best Action Adventure Game and Best Racing Game. We're going to reveal the winners when X-Play's Best of 2009 Awards continues.
Welcome back to X-Play's Best of 2009 Award Special, free of boring musical performances. Our next batch of hopefuls cater to the adrenaline junkies. Here's our short list for the Best Action Adventure Game.
Ratchet & Clank feature A Crack in Time.
We don't have a lot of time.
The conclusion of the premier platforming duo's PlayStation 3 adventures is a tour de force of shooting action and mind-bending puzzles. Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
Oh my God, Flynn.
Nathan Drake guns and quips his way through one of the best single-player experiences ever.
Oh, there it is.
Assassin's Creed 2.
I really have no interest in hurting you.
Improvements abound in this huge Renaissance romp. From combat to climbing to conversation, we were happy to follow the creed.
What to make of all this?
Infamous.
Why aren't you stopping this?
Open-world superhero games are distressingly rare. Great ones even more so. Thankfully, Infamous is both. Batman Arkham Asylum.
Don't you trust me?
It's a great Batman game. Wow, that feels so weird to say. This Batman game is great. Yep, still weird.
And the winner is Uncharted 2. That is 3 wins for Nathan Drake.
I said it before, and I will say it again. This is the best single-player experience I've ever had. If you love video games, you owe it to yourself to give this game a shot.
It is a marked improvement over the first Uncharted, and it's the closest thing we've seen to a movie-like experience in a game. All right, up next, a group that cater to those who feel the need for speed. Not in a Top Gun way, but in a Top Gear kind of way. Here are the titles that made the cut for Best Racing Game.
Dirt 2. Whoa. With its X-Games style presentation and realistic off-road action, Dirt 2 proved that some of the year's best racing could be found off the asphalt. Forza Motorsport 3. With more cars than you could shake a stick shift at and some truly amazing track designs, Forza Motorsport 3 stepped up to fill the void in a world jonesing for some Gran Turismo-style racing. Fuel. This underappreciated post-apocalyptic racer combines an interesting concept with some solid off-road action that just might make it a sleeper in this category. Need for Speed Shift. We came for its groundbreaking cockpit view design, but we stayed for everything else.
And the winner is Forza Motorsport 3. Really, the series has been shockingly consistent year after year. 3 5 out of 5s.
This isn't just a racer for gearheads who know how to tune a car. It has enough assists and features to cater to any novice.
And by novice, you mean us. Now, there's no question that music rhythm games have become a staple of this generation. Guitar Hero and Rock Band have seeped into the public consciousness in a way that probably really burns the creators of, dare I say it, Guitar Freaks.
Here are the nominees for Best Music Game.
DJ Hero. The Hero brand strikes out in a bold new direction and only needs one turntable and no microphone to do it. Rock Band Unplugged. You want to play Rock Band on the go, but you don't want the hassle of beating the ladies off with a stick when they see the plastic guitar slung over your back. This excellent PSP version is the solution. The Beatles Rock Band. They may not actually be bigger than Jesus, but there's no Jesus Rock Band yet. Guitar Hero 5. The best fifth installment of anything ever, with the possible exception of Empire Strikes Back, if that even counts. Lego Rock Band. A popular song list is the icing on the long-awaited music game cross with the Dutch building toy cake.
And the winner is the Beatles Rock Band. Man, I think these Beatles are going to be super famous. Wow, finally a music game where the backgrounds are actually worth looking at. And now, Abby, I know that you play a ton of music games, and obviously this was a big standout game for you, right?
I still watch that opening cinematic when I need like a little boost in the morning.
So every morning when you get to work?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we thought. Adam and Morgan have our next category.
Handheld games have also seen a resurgence thanks to the success of the Nintendo DS, the iPhone, and even the PSP.
Kinda.
Kinda.
All right, whether you're on the go or stuck on a plane, you can't go wrong with these 5 titles. Here are our picks for Best Handheld Game.
Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. Packed with a wealth of missions and attitude to match, this mini GTA adventure raised the bar and crushed our notions of what's possible on the DS. Little Big Planet. The portable version of Little Big Planet packs all the adorable creativity of its big brother into a smaller package. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. This RPG adventure proves that the Mario franchise is as ripe as ever for unique storytelling. Professor Layton and the Diabolical Box.
And now to test my theory.
Challenging puzzles and cool stylized visuals made this DS sequel a standout among the handheld offerings this year.
Interesting.
Rock Band Unplugged. An order of rock with a side of roll to go. Rock Band Unplugged takes everything we love about this wildly successful franchise and places it neatly in the palm of our hand.
And the winner is Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. Really, it's a shame no one bought it.
People complain that the DS only has Imagine Kids stuff and cat sims, but here you have a solid, mature title.
It is completely designed for the DS and plays like the classic overhead GTA games, and it has scratch-offs. How could you not love that?
True that, Web. Now, we've dished out 18 awards so far, and there's only one more to go. The one you've been waiting for, the big ones. 5 games are vying for XPlay's 2009 Game of the Year. Which one will take home the big prize? The one with the stabbing, the loot fest, that superhero story. Find out right after this.
Welcome back to XPlay's Best of 2009 special. We've been dishing out awards all night, but now it's time to get to the moment you have been waiting for.
The Golden Mullets?
It's actually next week.
Ooh, good promo.
This year's shortlist is an amazing group of games. We love each one like it was our own child.
But we love one more than the most. Don't tell the others.
That one is our Game of the Year.
Assassin's Creed 2 is a delicious Italian sorbet of gameplay goodness. The developers have finessed a lot of issues from the first game, and the gorgeous new backdrop of Renaissance Italy makes the experience feel like digital sightseeing.
Basta merda, he's getting away!
And the beautiful soundtrack enhances an already magical experience. There's nothing like hearing sweet, sweet music while you murder. But if you like your action dirty, Borderlands might be your personal pick for Game of the Year.
Someone's getting a treat.
Guns and other assorted loot are constantly dropping, and the overall experience is like being an attention-span-deprived kid in a candy store. an exploding candy store. Infamous came to us from Sucker Punch Productions, developers of the excellent Sly Cooper franchise.
I'll find out what's going on.
Infamous hands players a set of cool electricity-based superpowers and then loads on great mission variety and the perfect level of challenge. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has basically taken the crown as this year's online first-person shooter of choice. Serious gamers know that the single-player mode offers up an intensely brutal storyline alongside fun set pieces like this snowmobile chase. But they'd shoot through that quickly to savor the main course, the game's epic multiplayer. Never before has a company offered up such a comprehensive array of polished online options. And finally, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves can only be described with one word: massive.
Should I be flattered or worried?
Dialogue is sharp and character-driven, the controls are spot on, graphics are gorgeous, and they even throw in an excellent multiplayer mode with multi-tiered maps. You absolutely can't pass on this game. It's just that good.
Yeah, hello.
And the winner is Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
Yay!
Yay! Obviously, I was in love with this game.
You were definitely in love with this game.
I understand.
I have to say I was a tiny bit skeptical because it seems like a guy's game, but then playing it, you love the characters, you totally get into it. It's a great experience.
It's pretty much, yeah, it's that adventure I realized a few years ago I was never going to have, and so to be able to do it this way, there, I understand. I can be your hero.
It's the movie that you want. When you go to the movie, you want to have that experience, and you don't anymore because they're going to screw it up.
And
so
you get
now we
to
turn
have
to
that
games.
ownership over it. Anyway, so enough of our blather about it. Here to accept the awards are creative director Amy Henning, game director Bruce Straley, and the co-president of Naughty Dog, Evan Wells. Congratulations,
Congratulations, guys.
Hey.
Thanks, guys.
You just magically appeared. We had no idea you guys were going to be winning.
All right, this game was definitely huge compared to the first Uncharted. What were your goals with this game?
Just to make it even more awesome than the first one, right? That's our code word.
Playable summer blockbuster. Yeah. That was our thing.
Now, did you kind of realize that you were going to be, doing things in this game that were probably going to be setting a standard for how other action games may have to sort of follow in suit in the years to come? I mean, did you realize anything like that, Evan?
It wasn't really our intent to do that. We wanted to actually really deliver on what our vision was for the first game, but didn't really have time to do. So we wanted to bring in all those huge set-piece moments and give you that feeling of playing through a summer blockbuster.
Now, was there anything that sort of left on the cutting room floor that's a heartbreaker for you guys? Maybe we'll see in the future?
We had whole sections. We had like 3 other caverns in the ice temple, ice cave that had to get.
Anybody would have missed
Yeah. And there were floating icicles that you jump from and traversal around, but yeah, it was just a little too much ice.
Actually, one of the things I think everyone I talk to who plays this game for the first time, they always mention is those transition moments from the cutscenes to the actual gameplay, where everyone just has this moment, maybe a second or two, and they pause, and they're like, "Oh, hold on, I can play it right now." I mean, all that kind of seamless pacing. I mean, what did you have in mind when you're trying to put all of that together?
I mean, it's about how to get in and out of cutscenes. We look at cutscenes as like not just the story being told in cutscenes, but they're kind of the bookends to the gameplay. So they motivate the gameplay. So we try to take what's happening in the story and go like, okay, well, what does this mean as regards to like what kind of gunplay, what kind of traverse, what kind of puzzling is going to happen next? So it's not just cutscene story, it's like the whole game is the story. Why not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, and we've definitely talked a little bit about the single player. Now, you also have a really strong multiplayer campaign. How has the response been to that?
It's been great. I mean, we had hundreds of thousands of people playing it every single week. Huge response. A little bit of trepidation when we announced it. People were concerned it was going to take away from the single player experience, but we were pretty confident in what we were putting together, and it's been received really well.
How do you do that exactly? Because I mean, obviously you have such a robust single player game, and then you have multiplayer and co-op, something that wasn't even thought about in the first Uncharted. How do you make sure that all 3 things get the equal amounts of love?
Make sure we've got plenty of people on staff that are dedicated to working on it, and start from day one. That was all we could do.
And do you think we're going to see support for this title in the future?
Support.
Well, we've got lots of DLC coming.
Exactly. There you go, Evan.
There's people busy at work right now in the office working on DLC. We've got something coming up for Christmas, and we've got and even into the new year.
So I'm curious, from all three of you, what's your favorite part of the game, like the sequence? I know for me, it is that train sequence, because it's one of the most exciting things I ever did. But Amy, is there something that you particularly love?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's probably the train as well. Maybe the convoy sequence that follows it, just because they were just so far and ahead above what we had done on the previous game.
I don't know, maybe the collapsing bridge at the end of the game. Well, should I? Oh, spoiler maybe, but yeah, something there.
It's not a plot point.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy that.
If a bridge is in a game, chances are it may collapse at some point.
It's kind of like a throwback to old school gaming. That's why I like that one, you know?
Yeah, for me it was probably the Tibetan village, when you get to just sit back and relax and take a break. It's a nice low point in the action, and you just get to soak in the nature and visit with the villagers.
Now, it seems like one of the really great things about this game is sort of the comedic timing and the actors' timing. Why do you think you guys were so successful with that when other games can't seem to get that right?
Well, we cast really well and really carefully, and we have actors who all have a lot of improv experience and a lot of great comedic timing. And then also we work with them differently than anybody else in the industry does. We work with them for an entire year, and we rehearse and table read and everything together, and I think that's what gives us that result.
So they know the entire story before they sit down, and they're not just reading independent lines.
No, they're as invested in it as we are, as if we were working on a TV series or working on a film together.
They are the characters.
They are the characters.
They are
yeah.
the characters.
I mean, all the best lines in the game are improv. We can't take any credit for that.
And I guess if they are the characters, you guys then have sort of a heightened responsibility to them and the characters that they're actually portraying inside of the game.
Yeah.
Well, I got to say, it obviously is evident in every moment of Uncharted 2. It really is. It's a wonderful game. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and congratulations.
It's an honor.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So there you have it. X-Play's Best of 2009.
Yes, congratulations to all of the winners.
And, of course, I think it's also worth pointing out that even those that didn't win are still very, very good games.
They are excellent games. The holiday season, of course, is upon us, and they would all make great gifts as well.
Or just if you have time on your hands, as one might have during the holiday season.
Yes.
They're definitely worth checking out. You won't be disappointed with any of them. We also want to thank all of you out there for making X-Play the most watched video game show on television.
Ever in the history of the world.
In the history of the world, as we approach 1,000, so that we can be the oldest most watched.
Up next is Attack of the Show.